Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a clear example. In 2022, Nigeria's Court of Appeal struck down the charges against him and ordered his release. The UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has also called for his unconditional release. Yet he remains in solitary confinement, in deteriorating health, and recently had to represent himself in court. Nigeria has signaled that the law is optional and targeting Christians is fair game. Just hours ago this morning, despite the pleas and cries of the Nigerian people and many Nigerian lawmakers, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted on all charges. For fiscal year 2025, the U.S. has requested nearly $8 billion for sub-Saharan Africa. But when Americans see political prisoners, judicial defiance, and the slaughter of Christians, they understandably ask as they meet their own struggles, why should our tax dollars support governments that refuse to protect their own people? Is our aid aiding a genocide? Nigeria is a nation of tremendous potential, but that potential is being choked out by violent persecution of its Christian population. No country can build a stable future where churches are burned, believers are killed, and communities live in fear.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Igbo and more, depending on your time location. I'm a motutuni mono for this video just to play here now, weeks ago, during the time of Donald J. Trump with the Nigerian government over the airstrike. Yeah, this is one of the congressmen of Rabbi Walker and criticized what the federal government and its judgment against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But I want you to sit tight to watch this video to the end and don't forget to click on your subscribe button because I want to show you guys another video. Yes, and with videos on today, by this whole judgment of Nnamdi Kanu and those who decide about it. Please don't forget to click on your subscribe button because that is the only way to encourage us. I will say Ototo Karre, yes, because I ain't there a question nokata. And when even Nigeria a question exists for the first place. So I took in this video until the end. Because in him mota dinimia, and when to kono mota dia, and when him to kono mota, and the chief will makana subscribe button.
Talking about these people agitating for separation. I said the North is ready for separation. We are ready to go. What do we really need? In fact, if you ask me, I will tell you, looking at the arrangement, the structural arrangement of Northern Nigeria today, if the North is not part of the other countries, if today we separated, the North will be far better than it is today. Because why? What are we talking about? The other regions are talking about power control or control of resources. The major resources we are talking about today is oil. It has been discovered in the Lake Chad Basin. That is first greater in quality than the one we have in the other part of Nigeria. Two, it is greater in quantity. The one we have in the other part of Nigeria will be finishing in 15 years. The one that has just been discovered, if harnessed, will last 75 years. So what do we really need? We have a deposit of gold in Birnongwali that is more than the one we are having in South Africa and in Ghana. We have another deposit of gold in Zamfara. That is why you have the bandit in Zamfara. That is why you have those bandits in Birnongwali. Why are we having the Boko Haram, so much Boko Haram problem? It's because of the oil that's been discovered. It is in the Lake Chad Basin. And that was why you see they will never want to have peace in that area, because once you have, the North is going to develop more than you think. And don't forget, the economic power of Nigeria was Northern Nigeria. We were the economic power, we were the economic heart. That was why every time, even the education that the Southerners and the Easterners had, it was from the resources of the North that they were sponsored to go to school and get the education they are having today. So if today, it is not debatable. It is there. If you don't know, I'm telling you, maybe you don't have knowledge of it. I am just telling you.
Now is, no, Dr. Let me just, sorry for taking your time.
Let me conclude on this, because I don't want you to interfere with this until I am done with it. So this is what that is why we said the North today is ready for separation, if you call for separation, because if we are separated today, I am telling you, we'll grow bigger, we'll grow better, we'll grow stronger, and we'll have better infrastructural development. And in any case, with due respect to other regions, I'm not trying to look down on it, but political administration of Nigeria relies enough. It is only a northerner that you give leadership, that he will be fair enough to carry everybody along. So we, like in the past, Sardauna, Zeke and Awolowo said, let's forget our differences when they were discussing with Sardauna. He said, no, let us not forget about our differences. Let us discuss our differences, because that is what will guide us towards how best we can lead this nation. This is a northerner for you. So today, if you said the North, people calling for, agitating for separation, people calling for disintegration, people calling for restructuring, the North is fully prepared. The North is fully ready for either you call it separation or disintegration or what or restructuring. We are strong enough to stand on our feet. And please, mind you one thing before you cut me. If that is going to happen, because we are northerners and everything that has been harnessed in Nigeria has been harnessed with northern economic power before the discovery of oil. While you are going to have Oduduwa Republic, the others are going to have Biafra. We in the north, we will continue to exist as Nigeria and Nigerians. I am telling you, and we will be better for it. So we are ready for it. And then, if you call for restructuring, power shift, if we all agree to continue to live as Nigerians, fine, we are also ready. We are ready to go. And I will tell you one thing. If you separate, the North will remain as a bloc. Yes, I hear some people say that, we know, like the ones that are calling Middle Belt. I am telling you, even in that, you have only 2 or 3 states out of the 6 states that will be doing that. And even among them, there will be separation. So the North will go as a bloc. But if you give power, if you separate today, first, if you have a Biafra Republic, the Biafra will not stand, because already Niger Deltans are saying we are not going.
Alright, Igbo Muslim also una know ife that ifulefu, narị na n'ọnụ. Yes, we all have been saying what this, the couple have been saying with his mouth about the oil, this, that, and this. But people quite ikewe eziokwu. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu sekwali. During those days of brokers, also be werekwe na oil, ya ma oil won't unu. He compared with us with Japan's that never had any mineral resources, any natural resources, but they are more progressive than Nigeria by 100 times. Yes, that was his comparison as of then. I don't know how many of them think like oil is really our problem, because now the Kanu make it very clear to you that you would be oil, and he also prayed that at least can Northern discover a commercial oil well in the north, so that the separation of Biafra we can wish you also. Because let me just say that the oil in the Biafra land is what that is keeping us together. And a lot of these people, many of them feel that enwe Biafra hamala, that's a lot hagishi want daily oil, because enwe force hamana now. These people are very senseless, and they negligence of how to develop their country with just with anything that with common sense. Yes, he feels everything in oil. That's why I always talk about business of money bros. In those days that we should take away oil, that many countries are developing, that very soon electronics is taking over, especially because they are having electricity in the United States, and he take mention of his Tesla that uses electric to charge. Then he said that in few years time that oil will be nothing, because every other country will be having that in bulk. This is exactly what is happening. So these people are feeling that oil was our problem. Now they can also bear oil. Ya ma oil problem unu bịa were oil, kama unu ga-akwa that unu were kwa oil. In years to come, nobody will be comparing Biafra with any other part of the Nigeria. Yes, because ya ma ọgụgụ isi, ya ma ihe eji ọkpụkpa aka eme, Biafras are qualified to do that, and we have the best medical doctors in the world. We have the best scientists in the world. Everything that the world is living under or living upon, the Biafra have the best in it. And that's why whenever I get that the Biafras yes, they define Biafra as because they understand the heavenly language. They are the ancient people. When they call the ancient, we are the Biafrans are really the ancient people. So this is what I want you all to understand. Then this fight all about oil and not oil. Nobody really care about that. Yes, we Biafran don't really care about that. Oil Dumas and the can don't really care about that. You can all, if there's a way that I can make the sovereignty, like as a they not we need this oil, Nigerians we know we need this oil, have nine in Biafra. You will see that we will build Biafra in a way that Nigeria will not even recognize, because we can take mention of Japan that doesn't have oil. How did they build Japan to that stable and standard everybody want to live in Japan? Well, there's the other video that I want to use in supporting my claims, so I only can hold the different, what I'm trying to say. Yes, because I'm going to sit here and down, watch this video to the end, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button, because that's the only way you can encourage us. Thank you.
North has crude oil. Now, Biafra can go, according to IPOB. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has said Biafra can exist now as a sovereign state following the discovery of crude oil in the north. IPOB said this in a statement on Friday, adding that the discovery was an answer to the prayers of its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, who had prayed that the northern region should discover petroleum in commercial quantity to facilitate the Biafra exit. The self-determination group made this known according to the statement signed by its spokesperson, Emma Powerful. Recall that President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday flagged off the commercial production of crude oil and gas from the $3 billion Kolmani Integrated Development Project. The Kolmani project is located along the fields of Gombe and Bauchi with oil prospecting license 809 and 810 lying in the Gondola Basin of the Upper Benue Trough, joining the two northern states. While addressing the country at the event, Buhari said the Kolmani River field attracted $3 billion worth of investment. Reacting, IPOB said the northern region has been reluctant to let Biafra happen because it benefits from the proceeds of crude oil in the southeast, despite having solid minerals. The statement partly reads, Northern Nigeria has large deposits of many solid minerals, but because they thirst for oil, they are ready to do unimaginable things because of oil in Biafra land. Today, God Almighty has settled the contraption's age-long problem of unity occasioned by crude oil. Crude oil discovery in the north will for certain settle this forced unity if indeed they are truthful in settling Nigeria's problem. Oil or no oil, Biafrans are not interested. All we need is a conducive environment to do our business without fear of terrorists at our borders. The discovery of over 1 billion barrels of crude oil in Gondola Basin is another important thing that has happened to the northerners. It continued, the prophecy of Nnamdi Kanu has come true because he prayed in one of his radio Biafra broadcasts that God should give to the north oil so that Nigeria's problem will be solved once and for all. Now that every component part of Nigeria has oil, can we all go our separate ways and mind our own?